to a late Pete show, as in a year late Pete show. Dead and Dead is what we're doing today. I'm Country Pete-ish.
I'm Stabby Pete.
I'm Pete Noir. Welcome to my TED Talk.
Tonight we have a mystery. Who broke Country Pete's growler? The kids say not them, but we're watching them. We're drinking Dead and Dead. Dead Guy Ale aged on oak Dead Guy whiskey barrel chips.
I saw this in the store and it sounded interesting. Right up my alley.
Contains
And
zero dead guy.
Dead like your
We were
soul.
supposed to drink it for D&D yesterday, but we had to cancel.
Because little Country Pete had to.
He poops like a man. He's only 8.
I thought we had to cancel because I was able to put on my hockey skates and skate to the end of the street.
Yes. Country Pete's wife wanted to cancel for that too. Ooh, this is not as dark as I thought.
It's my box style beer. Box style. According to Untapped, well, and the can, it is 9.5%.
Keep a designated driver or a hot tub nearby.
Cool looking cans though. The skeleton riding a barrel.
Oh, I didn't realize we were also dirty Peting it tonight with my table being New Year's Eve dirty.
Filthy.
New Year's Eve filthy, and then drunk Pete, which is Brandon, came over the day after New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and we drank all day that day too.
Lord.
Oh my goodness.
I was so drunk. And I drunk with Ryder Pete. A lot of Pete drinking that day.
There's a lot of Pete's. It's like a whole multiverse.
The Pete verse.
Enter the Pete.
So do you know anything about this brewery?
Rogue. Rogue Brewery down in Oregon. They do all kinds of good stuff.
Oh my God.
I think they might be communist, but they do make a good beer.
They were famous for a while for that Voodoo ale. The,
yeah.
Donut. The,
Voodoo donut.
Yeah,
They also
Voodoo
did a
donut,
Sriracha beer.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
They have been a couple of their porters and stouts that I've liked. But there's most. I didn't think I ever liked the Voodoo, whatever the Voodoo was. I only had a couple times. I wasn't a big fan. But
Voodoo donut. Yeah, it was like a.
It was a donut, glazed donut beer. I've had them both. Came in a big pink bottle.
Yeah.
Well, there is the donuts. Voodoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a collaboration.
what is a Voodoo donut? I'm just trying to look that up on the wrong website. And
If
see
I
what a
remember
Voodoo
right.
donut is.
If I remember right, it's a bakery.
Who in here has used a Voodoo
in
donut?
Portland, or that they're.
It's some kind of donut with a black magic chip.
Right back into our rut of funny, sexy jokes. This is tasty.
It was good. Yeah.
It was very tasty. I like the flavors.
It's malty. I like that actually.
Yeah. I mean, most box are pretty malty, and not getting a whole lot of the whiskey and oak flavors, but they're there. They're just not forward.
I kind of get that sour whiskey flavor there at the end, but yeah, I see what you mean. It's not super strong up front, and the recommendation on the can says it leans more towards a vanilla profile, which I'm actually not getting. So.
Yeah, I'm not getting that either.
Definitely getting a little bit of hops though. They hopped it up a little bit. There's a bunch of, with these beers that I really like. There's I can tell the hoppiness. I can taste the maltiness. Those are the top 2 flavors. And then there's this background flavor of all these things. And as you let it percolate on your tongue, sort of those flavors come in and out it's like cornucopia of flavors.
That's a good use of terminology.
I've been reading since the new year.
Yeah, somebody uses a dictionary app.
No, I've just been reading pretty voraciously since the new year.
That's another good word.
Yeah, I've actually been reading. I've decided this year I'm going to read and not audiobook. Yeah.
Oh.
So much slower since my dyslexia. I read so slow, but
Probably harder to drive.
Yes, I do. I do have books that I do as drive. I've been doing radio dramatizations from the old days. Listen to the shadow and.
Oh Lord!
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
And they're like zip, bam, boom.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why that's where I got these words from. It's the shadow. The shadow
Only
knows.
that's true. I don't know.
You have to think back when those were made. They were like TV. They were amazing.
Yeah.
I've also started listening to, but I stopped to go back to the shadow. The Star Wars dramatization.
Oh, the original BBC one.
Yeah.
What?
They had one of my favorite actors is Yoda. Is in that series. It's a big tall guy. He's super famous.
Frank Oz?
No. Carolina? Can you look that up on your phone? Hey.
A teenager doesn't have their phone
yeah.
steadily?
What?
What's happening?
Here's my phone.
You don't care that one.
Are you ill?
Take this one.
I don't have my phone. I didn't bring it out here, and I
That's
feel
bad because your phone is your diabetes checker too.
Worse than a black cat or walking under a ladder is a teenager with no phone.
Man.
It's a bad omen.
But so back to the beer. Super like it. Definitely give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up for me. What should I rate it?
It has a different kind of bitterness to it. It has it's a softer bit, but it's still pretty bitey. But it's like not. I feel like maybe is that the flavor they're talking about? That vanilla.
I don't know. I'm still getting that sour.
Yeah.
Sour whiskey taste.
So the back end is very soury.
That means you just have to keep drinking it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it doesn't say.
I never have that problem.
It doesn't say what
Moderation,
whiskey
what's
barrel
that?
chips. When they were added, what have you?
Well, well after the brewing process. When you age a beer, it's after it's been brewed, and then you put it in whatever you're gonna age it in. So
This one says it's with the chips, not that it's aged in a barrel.
Yeah. So
right, so it was
probably a
aged
big
in
metal,
some sort of
metal vat.
but chips from a barrel that
Yeah.
was used to age
So you won't-
their whiskey. Apparently, they have dead guy whiskey too.
Interesting.
Gonna
We should.
have to
We
try that.
Yeah. If you want us to review something else besides beer, whiskey, rum, gin,
Variety.
sexy underwear,
Variety of sauces.
or we could do hot sauces. That'd be that thing.
They've never done that
God.
before.
We should do
Yeah,
that.
nobody's done that. Hey, let's interview celebrities while they eat hot sauce.
I did actually talk to someone during our hiatus, and I talked to one of the brewers, and they want to do an interview with it. Let us do an interview with them.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I don't think I brought that up
Or
before.
there'll be beer.
Probably their beer. So I talked to. I've actually done two. I talked to Raven, and I've talked to.
We don't want to be biased, but whoever we're interviewing, we should wear shirts from their
Yeah, that'd be nice.
We're not sponsored.
big pennant flags and
I'm gonna give this.
This is the best IPA I've ever had.
Oh my, that's easy to say.
you sound like Sad Man Jack. Sorry, go on.
I'm gonna give this a 3.75.
Oh.
That's what I give it as well.
It's a little hoppy for me, but I super like it. It's very flavorful. I would drink, but would not recommend.
Yeah, I was gonna go a little lower, like a 3.5.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest, it's decent, it's good, but it's really not the flavor profile I'm looking for. A little too sour for me. Sour and
Yeah, it's a little sour, and it has a little bit, not too much, but the hoppiness and the sour is a little bit strange.
I think this would go great with a meal.
Yeah,
I think if I was eating a steak or something like that, this would be great.
this would
Now,
definitely.
they have recommendations
if I had
the
some
box.
if I had coconut shrimp,
Yeah.
Yeah,
or a ribeye.
I was thinking steak, but this would actually be really good because I feel like sometimes the steak had a little bit of sweetness to them.
This would taste good on a yacht with Starlink.
Oh, it would.
Shout out to Happy Pete, who is on a yacht with Starlink,
Yeah.
the jerk. Going to the Galapagos to try to prove
What was that island again?
Galapagos. That's how it was pronounced in the correct Napanese. I understand. The first indigenous people who find out the Galapagos. He's trying to unprove Darwin's theory of relativity.
Oh God.
Oh, so we all rated it?
Yeah.
I do have a funny story. I was at King Street yesterday,
Yeah.
and I was going to pay, and I was like, he was like, Johnny, yeah, I have your ticket right here. And I was like, oh, you remember me? He's like, no, your picture's on the card. And I was like, you know why they did that, right? The picture's on the card because they said the only way to make credit cards better is to put my face on them. They didn't want to make all you guys jealous. So everybody got the picture on a card. He laughed. He thought it was funny. He was like, that was very creative.
I misheard the first part. I thought they had your picture like behind the bar.
Do not take checks from this man.
Yeah, because you know sometimes
No.
Gonna edit that out.
she's under 21, not underage.
Johnny.
Well, I got 3 badges on Untapped for this
Nice.
beer.
This is where you put the
Anyway, make sure to subscribe. We won't blow up your feed, clearly. We'll go a year without sending you anything. But signing off from Alaska, the frozen place where no fires are happening now. Thank God we're not California.
God.
Oh my god, dude.
I know.
This one guy ran out of his house. He's like, the house looks normal inside. Yeah, they both have they have masks on. They ran out the door and they turned. They had like GoPro on their heads or whatever. They look down the street and the whole street is like lit up. And they're running down the street and the like side of the trees are on fire.
Oh my God.
They made it out, but I was like, man, you should leave a little earlier than that.
The Peach Show supports all the disparaged families in California.
Yeah. Disparaged? Displaced.
Displaced.
I mean, we do disparage California quite a bit.
True.
More.
And I should know. I grew up there.
90% of that disparagement from the Pete Show is Savvy Pete. I do throw once in a while. I throw a California joke in, but he was born there, so.
No. I was born in Oregon, where this beer was made.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, not at the brewery. I mean,
So I was just disparaging Savvy Pete.
Legend foretold of a baby born in a barrel.
who will grow up to have knives and depression.
Did you bring a knife tonight?
Of course.
Did you bring my knife?
No.
That was
Oh no, that would be so cool.
I just brought the old standby, which actually kind of sucks because this part's getting all loose and falling out. Because don't screw metal screws into plastic. That
is not a good idea.
Bad design choice.
Screw them into nipples.
That's all for tonight.
Have a good one.
Good Lord.
Part of getting old loosening up a little. It's okay.
Oh man. This has like a